Agents. A month ago, during the trip to Massive Entertainment in Malmo, I was given the opportunity to interview a couple of the devs from Ubisoft Bucharest. Liviu Totolici, the level design director, and Horia Mocanu, a senior environmental artist. I was going to put this up a week ago, the morning of the DLC launch. I had almost everything ready to go and just needed to finish up one thing that morning. But our power went out for hours, and I just carved out some time to finish this up now. I'm just going to preface this by saying this was my first time asking questions during an on-camera interview, and I absolutely should have started with some small talk to warm things up, but we had all met earlier in the day, and after the presentations and playing the DLC for a couple hours, I just didn't think of it. I hope you enjoy and get a few behind-the-scenes insights. Thank you again to Liviu, Horia, and Massive Entertainment. All right. I wanted to ask a little bit, can we talk a little bit about what is the process for deciding whether to do an expansion or a DLC?
Well, I can take this one. Yep. So essentially we wanted to look at what made sense from the community standpoint. So we looked at community feedback, at what the players wanted, and essentially we always came back with new content, a new location with new missions. And then we also looked at the strengths of our team and what we could achieve. And we decided to go with the DLC to have something compact and strong on those terms.
Great. Now we've talked about how big the map is going to be. Mm-hmm. Can we talk a little bit about how you decided on this area versus another area? Were there other areas considered?
Yeah, I can take this one. So we wanted to bring to the players the feeling of revisiting the tutorial area from Division 1. It was a big deal for us to recapture that magic of first playing Division 1 and, seeing all of the streets and all of the action that happens in that area, and kind of the progression with it now being fall and what happens in between. And then we kind of expanded upon that, and we took Dumbo, which is the neighborhood surrounding that, and Brooklyn Heights, which is the famous and pretty, yeah.
Okay.
To add to that, I think we also wanted to have some variety and contrast. So you have Dumbo, which is a lot more business-like, and you have Brooklyn Heights, which is more residential. So we played around with that and how it would best look in the new season with fall.
Yeah. Sure. You wanted to be able to have that contrast.
Yes, obviously. Yeah. So players will be able to understand where they are, but they can also appreciate the difference between thematics.
Sure. So it sounds like this was. Oh. Sure.
Okay, let's go.
You just have to roll with the changes.
Yeah. Sorry, it's okay.
Okay. So I was just going to say. So it sounds like this was really the only choice based on what you wanted to accomplish, right?
We considered a couple of areas before that. I'm not going to disclose them because you never know in the future. Yeah. But we settled on Brooklyn because of obviously the nostalgia. We wanted to bring players back to where it all started, and we found it appealing from let's say world building point of view, because there are iconic areas there that players have seen and they know, but there's also stuff that they haven't seen, and we wanted to expand on that.
Yep. Sure. Now, can we talk about the Hunter riddles, the new Hunter masks at all, or should we just let that be something they discover?
I'll say that there's 8 of them.
Okay.
And you're gonna have to find them out for yourself, unfortunately, when the...
Okay.
Yeah, they come with new masks, and what we can say, it's like previous hunter, they're not related to the main storyline.
Obviously.
Yep.
Something in the original Division 2, when we were in Washington, D.C., a lot of the a bunch of the hunter riddles were you could just see them on graffiti going down the street. I did not see any going down the street this time.
No, you're going to have to figure them out. So there will be some clues, but they're not going to be, graffiti out on the street.
Hunt for the
Yes.
hunter riddles.
Yeah.
We're actually excited to see the community working to find out how to get to the
Yes.
hunters.
Yes, I will be part of that community. Okay, moving on. Is there anything else lurking in the DLC that we haven't discussed that you will be surprising us with?
No, there are a few things that players will discover when they play. We have talked about control points and the new variety that we are bringing to that sort of gameplay, and we're looking forward to seeing feedback on that because we're excited to have something that players haven't seen before. And there's also some surprises in terms of the campaign and how it rolls out. And by the end of the campaign,
The story within the campaign?
yes,
Or?
it's fighting against the cleaners and discovering their motivation and what they want to achieve.
The story being more linear also allows us to, develop the storylines in a more cohesive and holistic way that should bring a lot more to the experience.
Absolutely. If it's all right to talk about, can we discuss a little bit the delay? I'm sure a lot of fans are curious why we had this long delay between when they said it was originally going to come out and now. And there's been a lot of speculation. I'm just wondering if you guys want to discuss that at all.
It was a lot of, it being a creative process. It takes time. There's a back and forth, and in order for us to bring the best experience to players, we felt we needed a bit more time to iron out the fine details and expand on storylines, locations, micro stories, stuff like that. That I think the players will really appreciate in the end, despite it being a bit delayed.
Okay. Last question. After this DLC, and this is something where I'll just see if we can talk about this or not. After this DLC, will there be more story, like through seasonal content, leading up to Division 3?
I mean, we are committed to bringing quality and longevity to the Division 2. So until we have further details to share, we'll definitely going to be pushing forward with seasonal content and story through that. So I'm looking forward to sharing more details when we have them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
You're very
Thank you.
welcome. It was nice meeting and talking to you.
Likewise.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It ain't our time to die.
Hope you enjoyed that. The Hunter demands that you like and subscribe. More gaming, cosplay, and writing content coming soon.